I just streamed for like 10 minutes until someone told me that there was no audio. So I was just talking to no one in silence for 5 minutes. That's great. Anyways, look, the new Epstein files just came out. Season 5. No, season 1 was when they gave out the brochures to the fake influencers and they were just bullshit documents. I don't know if we're actually on 5, but they trickled a few. Here's some files here. There's some files here. We're at least season 3. Now, I think this is the rest of them. I think they have dropped all the files that they're going to release, and they are brutal. They dropped a hot, steamy load of files all over our faces, guys, and it is disgusting. Makes your stomach twist. And I am still worried about getting demonetized because, I don't know why I said still. I'm worried about being demonetized for the first time because I just got monetized. So I'm going to say this is all a joke and none of this is real. Read between the lines, people. Anyways, most of this stuff, there was accusations of torture between certain CEOs of Microsoft and princes of British places. I'm trying to be super vague. This is really hard to try to actively filter what I'm saying while I'm trying to just speak freely. But I guess this is what I'm going to have to get used to if I'm going to try to make money on YouTube. So there's a lot of really dark stuff. But there was one thing that was really funny. And that was Epstein was banned from Xbox Live in 2013 for repeated harassment offenses. Even when he was playing Halo, he was like, fuck these kids. Even like he was bullying kids while playing GTA or I don't know. I don't know what he was playing. But he got banned from Xbox Live for being a dick. And that's just funny to imagine. I mean, obviously harming kids is bad, but doing it in a chat room in Call of Duty, that's kind of funny. That's kind of funny. And then I was thinking maybe he was like saying the N-word a bunch, but I was like, no, he wasn't. Because that's the whole woke agenda thing. The whole woke agenda of anti-racism and we're all equal and liberalism, Democrat, all that stuff, it stems from the same people that are all over these Epstein files. The same people that are torturing the kids are the same ones that don't want us to be racist. So what does that tell you about racism? It seems like you probably should be a little racist. And I'm not saying like go out and storm the cities with torches and pitchforks, chasing anyone of color and tying them to a tree. I'm saying if you're driving, see an Asian lady, merge left. You see a black guy, pants sagging, looking a little dusty, walk across the street. You know, that's racism. It's light racism, and nobody gets hurt. In fact, less people get hurt when you're racist. It's smart to avoid situations that would result in death or theft or assault. That's really what it comes down to. And if you, in the process of doing that, you have to come off as a little rude, I don't know. I would rather be called an asshole than get shot. I'd rather be called racist than get robbed. I'd rather be called a bigot than get T-boned by an Asian lady. These are just, and you don't have to go around saying it. I choose to because there's people listening to me, but I don't think if you live a normal life where you have to be part of society that you should be as open about it as I am. But you should, keep that close to heart. But that's just funny to me. That's where Epstein draws the line. That's torturing kids, totally fine. Saying the N-word, no. And I know that they're not in the Epstein files because I searched the N-word on the Epstein files, which you can do. You can go to DOJ.gov. You can just search Epstein files on Google and it'll pop up DOJ.gov/whatever. And I searched the N-word and I didn't find anyone. There's a couple pages of results where they're using the hard R. And I didn't search the soft A though. But they're saying the hard R, but it's like quotes from movies. Oh shit. Yo, they use the soft A. Oh man. Oh fuck, I'm not gonna be able to narrow this down on stream right now. And I have too many personal tabs open to screen share. Well, let's see. Control F. N-word. What's up? Great chilling last night. N-word. Peace. Wait, this is a screenshot of like someone's Facebook account. Whatever you do, don't click on this. Bridget Bardot. Okay, I don't know. I should be screen sharing if I'm gonna do this. Now we got some rap lyrics. Oh yeah, Jay-Z and Pusha T are all over the Epstein files too. And it's like, what do you expect? They literally made their living talking about how they sold crack. It's like, I'm not surprised. It's more surprising when like white guys in suits do it, I guess. But then you get a bunch of crack dealers. It's like, yeah, we know you're up to no good. That's like your whole thing. Pusha T, if you listen to his lyrics, he's just talking about how he is responsible for your mom overdosing and shit and calling himself a demon. It's like, we get it. We get it. Also, it's cold out here. It's making my nose run. I'm not doing drugs. Not because I'm above that, but because I don't have any. No, I'm 31 days off the booze, which is nothing impressive. I shouldn't have started drinking it in the first place. But did I say something? Did I say something that's going to get me banned? Dude, this is stressful. Drugs are bad. Never do them. Unless you have some. No, don't do them, dude. Everything's bad. No, nothing's true. Everything's a conspiracy. I mean, nothing's a conspiracy. Conspiracies don't exist. I'm trying so hard not to get demonetized, you guys. Listen, Jeffrey Epstein doesn't say the N-word, and that's hilarious. But that's, okay, so the same people that push the anti-racism and the woke stuff are the same people that are behind all this child trafficking stuff. It's an interesting dynamic, because you would think if they want us all to be equal, that like kids would be part of that equation too. But honestly, dude, I mean, kids are fucking assholes. Kids are not even innocent. I'd say kids are probably the worst people on the planet. I've never been bullied by adults. It's got me at the point where I'm like, maybe Jeffrey Epstein is the real victim here. You know, maybe these kids were trafficking him. maybe Epstein was acting in self-defense. No, probably not. But he was doing a underground experimentation, and that's another reason I find this stuff fascinating, because not only was Epstein doing like sick, grotesque child stuff, but he was also doing like very interesting scientific things like cloning and CRISPR babies. And if you don't know about CRISPR, that is fascinating stuff. CRISPR is an acronym that stands for something that I have Googled like 20 times and I keep forgetting, because CRISPR. Something, the P stands for palindromes. Consistently rotating palindrome, something. But basically what CRISPR is an ancient immune system found in single-celled organisms. So like a bacteria. If a virus makes its way into a bacteria, the Cas9 enzyme will consume the virus and kill it by altering its DNA. So the way CRISPR works is they take a Cas9 enzyme and attach it to RNA, which is half of a DNA, and it eats the segment of DNA that they want to replicate or replace and edit. It's a gene editing software, essentially. And it kills off that chunk of DNA using that enzyme and replaces it with the RNA that they want to replace it with. and then the other side fills in naturally. And the way DNA works, it's ATGC, adenine, thymine, guanine, cytosine. So there's four nucleotides, and A can only go with T and G can only go with C. So if you have like AG, T, then it can only be T, C, T. I forgot what I said, but you know what I mean? It's like if you fill in half, the DNA will fill in the other half for you. So that's how CRISPR works. And they have the tech, and this has been around since the 80s, and they have the technology to actively edit genes. But the way it works is, so let's say they have the technology to make a glowing dog. Now, if you were to take that serum and inject it into a dog, it would just make that one spot glow. So they have to inject it into the embryo at a very early state so that when it replicates, that gene is existent in every cell by the time it becomes fully formed and birthed. So that's a little CRISPR speed run. And I think that's interesting. But I don't think farming babies is interesting. I think that's not cool. But yeah, man. Epstein was just what was he saying? What was he saying on Xbox Live? He was just like, I don't know. What do you call, how do you harass a kid on Xbox Live if you can't say the N-word or faggot? Can I even say that on YouTube? I don't know, man. Let's see. Yeah, my audio is working, right? Please let me know. Please tell me that my audio is working. Talking for no reason is very annoying. So my buddy Anthony Graffio, I've been getting a lot of my news from his posts. Epstein was on 4chan. That's funny. What if he was Q the whole time? Do you imagine? Also, Israel was okay, thanks, Zachary. Israel was barred from participating in the Guinness Book of World Records. I didn't know that until I found out they were just recently readmitted because they donated a record amount of kidneys. 200,000 human kidneys Israel donated to the Guinness Book of World Records, and then now they're back in. Where'd you get those kidneys from? Was it from that little thing you're doing? That little definitely not a genocide? Come on, man. When you have done the research, when you understand what's been happening in this country, everything becomes so obvious. You just see a headline and you're like, yep, it's them. It's those guys. And it's all part of the same plan. It's so transparent. And that's why it's nice when you meet someone who's also done the research. And yes, it is research. Fuck you. I use Google. So what? What do you think? Well, my research would be more valid if I went to a library and read books. Guess what? All the books are on Google. I use my superior intellect to discern which sources are verifiable and which are not. If I just see a post on Instagram, I'm not going to immediately be like, that's true. I'm going to Google it, and then I'm going to look at the URL of the website, and if it's like definitely truthexposed.com, then I'm like, okay, that's probably conspiracy stuff, but might still be true. And then I keep looking, you get into redacted CIA documents, and you're like, okay, maybe that looks a little more real too. At the end of the day, hey, maybe all this is fake. All the documents could be fake. It could be completely made up. It could be AI. I tried making fake Epstein emails on AI just to compare the difference. It looked pretty comparable. So, sure, at the end of the day, nobody knows anything. But if you've been paying attention and you've been seeing the patterns that have been permeating certain groups of people and our culture for decades, it's like really obvious what's happening. And that's why it's tough when you meet people that haven't done the research or don't really know what's going on. You're like, we can't even talk. Like, I don't have time to, oh, God damn it. I keep getting posted on the Are We Dating the Same Guy app. Sorry for getting laid, faggots. That's why you can't even have a conversation with people that don't know what's up, because you're like, okay, I know I'm right, and I know that you will agree with me if I lay out all this stuff, but it's taken years of compiling evidence and cross-referencing names, and I mean, if you really are not aware of the whole, it really came out of the gates with Pizzagate, and then if you look into James Alefantis and his connection to Comet Ping Pong and why was he the 58th most influential man in DC when all he does is collect art, and then he has the Pegasus Museum, which has an underground tunnel, and then a guy did a YouTube video exposing that, and then James contacted him and threatened to kill him and his family, and once you know all that stuff, you're like, oh yeah, this all makes sense. And it's not that I want to be right. I'm not happy about being right. I just happen to be, because I have eyes and I'm curious and I ask questions and I have a lot of free time and not that many friends. So when you're not getting invited to a party and you got internet that works and you maybe got a little K in your system and you start asking ChatGPT questions, next thing you know, you're in a rabbit hole and the T's start disappearing and you're in a rabbi hole and you know a lot of things that you wish you didn't. But the truth is out there for those who want to see it. How many times did pizza appear in the recent drop? A lot. The soft A N-word has 23 results. And pizza has 911 results. Honestly, I don't think pizza automatically means kids. A lot of people just like pizza. A lot of my friends, literally in the last week, I've had a ton of my friends that were really set on getting pizza. And I don't like pizza. I can't really do dairy, and it's just a lot of carbs. I eat pretty healthy. I'm not a big pizza guy. So but I don't know. It definitely is code, but also not always. Sometimes I think they're just trying to get pizza. But that was the whole confusion about Pizzagate, is they took a legitimate story, and the story was this James Alefantis guy owned a pizza shop and was involved in all this trafficking stuff. And how they spun it was this pizza shop in DC was a trafficking hub, which is a straw man. It's a straw man argument, meaning they created an idea to tear down, but the idea was false. So now you got people saying things like, oh, Pizzagate's been debunked. And if you look, the guy who debunked it ended up getting arrested for, assaulting kids. I forget his name, but there's one author that debunked Pizzagate, and then now he's in prison for diddling toddlers. So, and then I remember before Chris D'Elia got busted with his whole thing, he was on his podcast, and he was like, look, there's no underground sex ring, okay? If there was, I'd know about it. And then his whole thing came out. It's just, I don't know, man. I don't get the whole pedophilia thing. I mean, I can understand bestiality. I got a cute dog, but the kids thing, man, I just don't get. Out of all the things you could choose to fuck, why would you go and choose to be Jewish? You know what I mean? YouTube, it's a joke. I'm just kidding. I think there should be more. I want to hear Epstein say the N-word, pretty much. Let's see. Yeah, pizza, we got 911 results. There was Maeve Lozado. That was a name of a kid. Maybe I'm misspelling this. Tamara Lozado was the name of a woman that was in a WikiLeaks where they were saying that the kids will be in the pool and they will be the source of entertainment. Okay, Lozato's not in the Epstein files. Tamara, maybe they're not using her last name. Tamara Mellon. Maybe she changed her name. TamaraMellon.com. That is a shoe company. All right, this email says nothing. You know what? I should do this again, but do a screen share. I need to exit out a bunch of I haven't filtered out to see if there's stuff on my computer that I'm okay with the entire internet seeing forever. But not that I'm doing any weird shit. I don't even watch porn anymore. I think it's disgusting. Porn is gay, dude. I quit watching porn because I was watching gay porn. No, it's just it's gross and weird. Like if you think about it, you're just watching two other people bang. You're just watching a guy get off. It's cuck training behavior. You're training your mind to be a cuck. What else? What else should I search on here? Let's see if they're doing DMT. Doesn't look like it. How about ketamine? Ike Groff. Subject, the 50-year-old drug that could solve America's suicide crisis. All right, this is just a very long email about how ketamine could have therapeutic benefits. Okay, this is a price list for drugs, and it is sideways. Coke, 1 gram, $65. It's a pretty good price. Coke, yellow, pure, $100. Coke, pure, 0.2 grams, $20. Why would you want to buy 0.2 grams of cocaine? 1,000 milligram vial of ketamine, $160. LSD blotter, Xanax, Valium, Klonopin, Percocet, Vicodin, Dilaudid, Oxycodone, Opana, methadone, morphine, Adderall, Dexedrine. So it says, it just lists all these drugs. It lists the prices. Extra charge for submin. I don't know what that means. But it doesn't say the name of any location or anything like that. But that is interesting. Jeez, are we still talking about this guy? Jeez. Yeah. Yeah, man. The medical system is broken. Okay, this one's to Jeffrey Epstein. Thanks, Jeff. You asked for fun projects. I think we're mostly starving for great conspiracies today. 10 to 12 person coordinated secrets. What about a new Rosicrucianism of sorts? A Jejun Institute style blurred reality fiction negging of your enemies would be pretty damn fun. What are your thoughts funding and construction your own intelligence agency? This is interesting. I'd like to do an exclusive science salon sort of thing at a place like East Salin or maybe on Little St. James. That's Epstein Island. Experimentation with philosophers, scientists examining physiological stuff while considering artificial intelligence epistemology. I don't know what that word means. Outside of this, I tend to think of my mate preferences as evidence of gentlemen to pay attention to. Caveat emptor. I don't know what that means. Like any decent trader, you should estimate various lags, regime changes to seek relevant trends. High-profile island orgies also independently come to mind, but I have a strong suspicion that you may already have that covered. Fraternal regards from one Coney Island baby to another. Michelle. Who is Michelle Riley? I don't see anything instantly that comes up. I'm going to have to do that later. Let's see. Please note, the information contained in this communication is confidential. Maybe attorney-client privilege may constitute inside information is intended only for the use of the addressee. It is the property of JEE. Unauthorized use, disclosure, or copying of this communication or any part thereof is strictly prohibited and may be unlawful. If you ever receive this communication in error, please notify us immediately by return email or email to jeevacation@gmail.com and destroy this communication and all copies thereof, including all attachments, copyrights, all reserved. Fat chance, Epstein. Look how that worked out. So he said, fun. This is the initial message. Fun. Thanks for taking the time. I'd appreciate if you both would take a moment and list what you thought I should pay attention to. People, mathematicians, institute models, cures. I think the well-intentioned effort to point out that the medical system is broken or that the academic institutions sometimes hinder creativity is not time best spent. Interesting. The effort to point out the medical system is broken or academic institutions hinder creativity is not time best spent, Epstein says. Groundbreaking ideas. Ketamine aside, seems to cause you both to light up as opposed to the I can't believe gambling is going on here reaction to the concerns of the C pluses. It sounds like a computer science reference. Wait, fuck. I just lost that page. I want to save that one. That was interesting. That's crazy. They were just like, let's start a conspiracy. Let's make our own. I'm gonna search the word conspiracy. It's all court documents. Young said it was not entertainment, it was a window of our shadow. What are you talking about? What do you mean? You're 15 relying on post-conspiracy evidence. Okay, let's take a closer look at that. That was not loading. You motherfucker. See, the thing about whenever technology doesn't work out, it reminds me that technology is, I guess the right word would be satanic from a Christian perspective, I guess. I'm not necessarily a Christian, really. I believe in the teachings of Jesus. I think he was a good guy. I do think he was just the first guy to do mushrooms or something like that. I know that's not a very original thought, but that is what I believe. But technology, like microchips, if you open a motherboard, if you open the computer and look at the motherboard and you see the shapes of circuits, it looks almost identical to the aerial perspective of ancient Aztec temples where they did human sacrifices. So it's kind of like they're doing tiny little ceremonies inside your phone, and the sacrifice is your attention and sanity, because you're giving all of your energy into that motherboard, which is literally creating a light portal to another dimension. That's what a screen is. Okay, the searching conspiracy just brings up a lot of 4,000 results of just court documents. I don't know if you know about court documents. They're very boring to read. What else should I search on here, guys? Jordan Peterson. No, he's not in there. Elon Musk. Ooh. 1,100 results. See, I like Elon Musk. I've always liked Elon Musk. And people give me shit for that because he's a billionaire and they want to hate billionaires. But dude, up until now, nothing came out about Elon Musk being involved. I mean, he had that picture with Ghislaine Maxwell. And then now it looked like he was down. He said he was invited to Epstein's Island, but he declined the offer. But it turned out he was invited to Epstein Island, and he was like, okay. And then Epstein said, actually, never mind. I got to go somewhere else. And he was probably bummed about that. He was like, man, I finally got invited to the cool guys party. But, I mean, dude, Elon Musk does great things for the world. Teslas are awesome. Sure, they can kill switch you and drive you off a bridge, but also you can drive home hammered every night and not get pulled over and not get a DUI. Starlink, you can have internet anywhere in the world. You don't have to deal with Spectrum's bullshit. It's check yourself, check my name. I was a minor at this point. No results for Eli Halpern. What about Octavius Thunder? Could you imagine? Nope. Someone mentioned the Silk Road. Let's look into that. Yep, they're talking about Steven Sinofsky is emailing Jeffrey Epstein. Looks like he's talking about Ross Ulbricht, the founder of Silk Road. He rarely got busted because he used his real name and Gmail account. I hate the way he types, dude. Why does he type like a fucking retarded 12-year-old? He says, many more to follow. Any new ideas? Should we organize a fun meeting in the Carib in December? Tech types can also visit Branson's Island. Richard Branson, who we know has an island. Also, the Virgin Island. Virgin. Richard Branson's company is called Virgin. And if you look at the original logo, it's written in blood. Virgin blood. Big fucking letters. I grew up in Orange County where we had a Virgin record store. And it was the same record store in Borat where he kidnaps Pamela Anderson. So, and I remember that being like a big, massive mural, just Virgin, written in blood letters. And I remember as a kid, I was like, Virgin? Wait, that means you haven't had sex yet, right? And then I remember my mom was like, it means something else in this context. And I always, all this shit that I remember as a kid that like didn't really sit well with me is all the stuff as an adult I realize is part of the massive conspiracies that are definitely not true, YouTube. And you should do your research. And God, I just want to make money off this. A lot of people commented calling me a grifter, and they were like, use your own thoughts and stop trying to make money off copying other people's talking points. It's like, dude, first of all, I don't make any money. And second of all, you really can't have any original words, okay? Everything you've ever said in your life is a word that's been used trillions of times by other people before you even existed. But also, everything I say, I think. All right. It looks like they're just sharing the story of the Silk Road arrest. Epstein says, great idea. Yes, the Silk Road is not getting any attentions in the States. Wild. I would like to see the preceding message to that. Let's see. June 4th, 2014. Leslie Groff says to Epstein. Oh, wait, no. It's redacted. It says they heard through their MSFT grapevine that some of the folks who do tech reviews with Bill are going to review the dark web. Silk Road, some of the alternative currencies that are not tracked, etc. Oh, this is about the time when Epstein funded Bitcoin core development. So that was June 4th, 2014. And Epstein was donated $850K to MIT to indirectly fund Bitcoin development in 2015. So the next year. So that email was probably right before he found out about it, about Bitcoin. Interesting. Let's see. What else should we look up here? Body doubles. I'm sure they got a cooler word for that. There's nothing for body doubles. Oh, wait. We got one. We got one match on body doubles. It says, Putin is pretty unique unless you count his body doubles. Smiley face. And that was from redacted to Epstein. Subject. Why are young people repulsed by Donald Trump? Cora. Answer. A few reasons. Young people as a group are hopeful, idealistic, and it trails off. That's hilarious. They're sending each other Cora. If you don't know what Cora is, it's like where you go to answer, you ask a question, and then a bunch of people who have no idea what they're talking about answer the question. And it's ridiculous. God, dude, some of these are like 30 pages long. This is like a scan of someone's MySpace. I'm going back to the N-word one. Deed transfers. Oh, this is too long to look at right now. Let's try faggot. Okay, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yo, while you're fucking him in the ass, reach around if he's got a hard on, faggot. Who the fuck said this? Leslie Groff. Oh, this is, dude, my dad used to do this shit. It's like a chainmail with like a bunch of jokes on it. So, Leslie Groff sent Jeffrey Epstein a bunch of jokes. What's the best way to tell if a guy's gay? While you're fucking him in the ass, reach around. If he's got a hard on, faggot. That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. There's some more. Rose Garden goes on a date with an Asian girl and gets really drunk. He says, you know why I asked you out? Because I wanted to find out once and for all if it really goes from side to side instead of up and down. She says, mister, what's the difference? What, do you play the harmonica or something? It's literally written like this. And this is, I guess it's from Jackie Martling's Twitter. Let's see who that is. You're going to make me sign in to my Twitter right now? God damn it. Everything takes so much extra time. That account doesn't exist. Okay. To hear endless jokes from all of my CDs, get the Pandora or Spotify app and type in Jackie Martling. Who is Jackie Martling? Oh, I see it. He's an old white guy. Dude, this guy's definitely a fucking chomo. I can just take one look at this guy and tell you right now. He looks exactly like he'd be hanging out with Epstein. Let's see if anyone started harassing him for being on the Epstein files yet. Nope, doesn't look like it. I'm going to start it off. Let's see. I loved your jokes in the Epstein files. I just tweeted that at him from Octavius Thunder on X. You should follow me on there. A woman says to her doctor, I have diarrhea. Can I take a bath? He says, if you have enough. What the fuck? Oh, man. All right, let's look at the rest of these faggots. Michelle Ndegesello is an American singer-songwriter. This is I don't need to look into this. It was like a bio on some musician. Okay, this is to Jeffrey Epstein from Ismo. Warren and I are the same. Sick banter back and forth all fucking day. No one else would understand. I want to know who Ismo is. Let's see. 3 matches for faggot on this email chain. So this is from Ismo to Terry Kafka. Hi, since I don't have the kids the weekend of December 6th, I will probably be in Miami on the kayak. I do rent out Ismo at times. It is on Airbnb. Each with 2 twin beds. Those could all be rented. So other than my room where there are 5 other beds, if one pair of faggots can stay in the crew captain area, what kind of lewd acts are going to take place? If you guys want to stay, I don't want any money from you and Janet, but the queers have to pay. Just tell them I am charging everyone. Cash, not blowjobs. I own a slip for the boat at the Sunset Harbor Yacht Club. There is a pool fitness center. Jeffrey and I did battle over Seymour's bottle cap collection that he amassed while sweeping the parks all those years. Since we couldn't figure out an equitable way to share the collection without splitting it up, we donated to the Smithsonian. You can now see the collection in its entire... A collection of bottle caps in the Smithsonian that they sweeped up at the parks. That doesn't sound like something that would be in a museum. And then this guy says, haha, I haven't heard the word faggot in years. Sounds like we'd have enough room. Where's the tub and what are you thinking rate-wise? Will be 3 nights. The faggots are all professional, good folk. Thanks. TK. TK. Ismo. Who are these people? Who are these people? All right. Got one more faggot. This is an excerpt from a book. Someone wants me to say Bitcoin. Okay. Ehud Barak. I'm just seeing. I'm just now seeing your the chat. Marina Abramovich. Yep, Marina Abramovich. We got 2 results. This is from Jeffrey Epstein to John Brockman. Hope today goes well. Marina Abramovich has had lunch with my great friend Nicole Junkerman. Nicole asked that I meet her. Hopefully you will video today so that I can see where my money went. Sad face. That's, who is John Brockman? American literary agent and author, specializing in scientific literature. And, yeah, it's just that one repeated twice. I'm going to search the N-word again. Peggy Seagal to Jeffrey Epstein. Let's see. And now, I'm going to start in the middle of this email. And now exhausted from going nowhere, I'm about to show Django to 5-year-olds because Samantha doesn't know they yell N-word 4,000 times and beat the blacks endlessly. You can see the ground party was wearing thin. What? What the fuck, Peggy Seagal? Thought I would show my... What the fuck? Dude, these people are sick. Oh, man. And there's like 30 results where it says, in quotes, officer, and then it says, that N-word hobbit motherfucker. Is that a quote from a movie? I assume there's a lot of movie quotes that permeate this dump because they're all involved with Hollywood. Let's see. What's push it? Sean Carter. Whoa, there's one. Getting age verified for this one. This is... ...2019 FBI crisis intake. Saying in approximately 1996, blank resided with blank and an unknown man abducted blank from her home when she later awoke in the presence of Harvey Weinstein and Sean Carter while Weinstein had inserted his fingers into blank. Blank believes she was in Epstein's mansion in Florida. Okay. Well, this is written in 2019, and it was talking about 1994. So, I don't know. That's too long ago for... Need to close out all these tabs. Yeah, BPC 157 is a great peptide. If you have any sort of soft tissue damage or muscular tendons, ligaments, stuff that are injured, get on BPC 157 and TB 500. That shit is fire. A lot of J talk on here. They're saying they had a plane party on this disabled plane on the tarmac for 3 hours as they ate lox and bagels. Pretty J move. Let's see who Peggy Seagal is. Peggy Seagal. Peggy Seagal is the one who said that she wanted her 5-year-old to watch Django Unchained because they say the N-word and beat black people. So are they racist or not? Are they just pretending to not be racist? Probably. I mean, if they're so smart, they should probably be racist. Let's see. Peggy Seagal is an American entertainment publicist who advertises new film releases. See, dude, a lot of these people are so rich, and it's like, how do you even have a job? Like, what does that even mean? Oh, you just write about a new movie that's happening? Fuck you. I was talking to this guy tonight at the show. He was saying that there's a big community of lodges, like Freemasons. And he's a real estate developer. He's a home builder. And he was basically like, yeah, I could be way more wealthy if I joined him and did some weird shit with kids, but I chose not to. And I didn't really pry, but I should have. I should have been like, what do you mean? Do you know that for sure? Or are you making a joke? Because do you know something? I don't know, it's always weird talking to people after a show. Because I just want them to tell me how amazing I am. And if they don't, I'm like, fuck you. Peggy Siegel has already been written about back in 2019 when that shit came out. So this is nothing new. Ooh, let's see. Let's see if there's a relationship between Epstein's arrest in 2008, his initial sex crime offense, and the housing crisis. Let's see if Michael Burry knew something. Remember, that was the guy that did The Big Short? Nope. Michael Burry, you're safe. How about Larry Silverstein? Nope, he's not in this. What about Lawrence Silverstein? What about just Silverstein? Shel Silverstein. Huh. It looks like they were just sharing Shel Silverstein's work. He wasn't actually in it. But I'm not sure what to search to try to peel a layer back on the housing crisis. You know some Les Wexner? I mean, he's for sure. He's all over that bitch. 305 results. Not a crazy amount. Elon was all over that shit. That was, what was that, like 1,500? I'm going to ask ChatGPT. If I was trying to... Fuck. If I was trying to find connections between Epstein's 2008 conviction and the 2008 housing market crash, what keywords would I search into the... I guarantee it's going to be like, I'm not going to let you. It's giving me a bunch of keywords like these aren't useful at all. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna just do housing crisis. Okay, we got an email. U.S. agencies played a larger role in the housing crisis than we first reported. Yeah, this is nothing new. Just talking about how subprime mortgages were being lent by Fannie Mae. We know that already. All right, I'm gonna search boobs. It's funny. I'm right back to where we started. It was the first thing I searched when I had Google as a kid, and now, as an adult, right back to searching boobs. Let's see. To Jeffrey. Bad skin, huge boobs. What is this about? Bad skin, huge boobs, said 24-year-old. That's nice. They're talking about a 24-year-old. That's growth. Good job. Good job, guys. That is an acceptable age to talk about. Let's do blood. Oh, adrenochrome. Huh. One result for adrenochrome. Okay, this is screenshots of a conversation on X, which looks pretty recent. It's basically just someone talking about someone who was talking about adrenochrome in Twitter DMs. Some girl 07 with the one of those, you know, where it's like a line slash underscore parenthesis, half a smiley face. I'm gonna try to find that account. Some girl 07. There's one thing that pops up with the name of Trinity with a private account, but it doesn't even say that on there. I don't know, man. Maybe it was from the old Twitter. I don't see any dates on you. Oh, this is from 2020. And it doesn't say who it's from or to. But that is the only mention of adrenochrome. The only mention of adrenochrome is someone talking about adrenochrome. Well, how about walnut sauce? Nope. If you remember Podesta, that was supposedly a code word for adrenochrome. What was his name? John Podesta. All right, I searched. It looks like all the mentions of Podesta are they're sharing excerpts from WikiLeaks. Like, oh, you see what they said about our buddy? Let's try Frazzle Drip. I doubt it. No results found. What was the name with Hillary Clinton? Huma Abedin. That was it. Okay, we got 4 results for Huma. Let's see. Let's do Satan. Okay, Huma Abedin. First one was a news article. Second one also looks like a news excerpt. Now there's an email from Gregory Brown to a bunch of people in BCC to Epstein talking about the news of the killing of 12 people at the Batman movie in Colorado. You guys remember the Aurora Dark Knight shooting? Yeah. And then it goes on to say we're against illegal guns. Obviously, they were trying to use mass shootings as a way to get gun control. Alright, I'm getting fucking tired, dude. All the Satan stuff says It's just quotes of things. What about Moloch? No results. How about Ball? Oh, 42 results for Ball. If you don't know, Baal, that was it's another name for Moloch, or a ancient Canaanite deity that they would sacrifice kids to. Oh, Jesus. There's a lot of text. Okay, they're not saying anything about Baal. What about sacrifice? To achieve anything great in life, you must be willing to make a sacrifice. That hits a little different now, doesn't it? That hits. I decided to sacrifice poor homosexuals. Someone said to Jeffrey Epstein, topic from Friday class. Based on it, we had to write the essay. I decided to sacrifice poor homosexuals. It's misspelled. All right, guys. I don't know. I don't know what's so poor about these homosexuals. But thanks for watching. I'm going to do a little screen share next time. I hope this was still interesting, even though I was just like staring at my computer the whole time. But have a good night. Get some sleep. Stay hydrated. Don't molest people. And, follow your dreams or whatever.